Brad Sherman. He's a senior member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee. Congressman, what's your reaction to that comment?
Let it not be an arms race. This kind of entertaining shoot from the hip stuff might make sense in a campaign, but not when you're dealing with the next president of the United States and you're talking about nuclear weapons. We need to be predictable. Perhaps in business you can be unpredictable. You've got medium-sized aggressive powers. Iran comes to mind that might find it in their interest to be unpredictable, but we're the world's guardian of order, and for us to be shooting from the hip or have our leaders shooting from the hip on nuclear issues doesn't make a lot of sense.
Does it leave you scratching your head as to what Donald Trump's relationship is or will be with Russia? We know how icy it is between Vladimir Putin and President Obama, but now this, and Vladimir Putin did say just today, if someone accelerates and speeds up the arms race, it's not us. So what do you believe is happening between Putin and Donald Trump right here?
Well, one possibility is that this isn't all nonsense or even a mistake, but rather is part of a choreographed effort to eliminate sanctions on Russia and perhaps even acknowledge or tacitly acknowledge their occupation of Crimea.
Hold on, so you think that maybe this is Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump putting on a show for us?
I don't know whether it's thought out and choreographed, but I think that one could imagine that they simply re-sign the START treaty, tell us, look, we've solved this this nuclear problem, or at least played it down, and now is the time to eliminate sanctions, make other concessions to Russia. So I don't know whether this is all a mistake from people not thinking, or whether this is an effort to say, look at the nuclear, that's what's important, therefore we will make concessions on non-nuclear items. We'll just have to see how this develops. I think keep in mind, though, that much of what both leaders have said is consistent with current policy. Russia is modernizing their system, and we're engaged in a $108 billion program to modernize ours. So if the talking is just live within the START treaty limits, modernize your forces, that's just a restatement of current policy. It's hard to know what a position is when it keeps changing, when it's a shoot from the hip, and especially when it's expressed in 140-some characters.
Well, that's a new world we're living in. All right, Congressman, thank you so much for joining me this morning. Merry Christmas.
Good to be with you.